guys, welcome back. Got a good bit of progress done since my last video. As you can see there, we've got this filled in here going up to the garage, and as you can see here in the foreground, we've got some lumber arriving. Finally got our LVL beams. Those are for our floor truss support beams, and then our basement posts there. We got those delivered, so we're getting ready to start framing this thing. Biggest thing we're waiting on right now is our floor trusses. They should be done later this week. They should have them built and have them delivered hopefully by the end of the week, and then next week we can start putting floor trusses down, put subfloor down, start framing this thing. But I'll walk around here, give you a shot of what everything's looking like. Got that grade brought up pretty good. We're going to bring another load of 357s in here and put them on the driveway here. Hopefully they don't mash down in the mud too much. That pile of dirt, we had a pile of dirt right there between that topsoil pile and that topsoil pile, and it was all, we thought it was shale and clay and stuff, but it ended up not being as much. There was a good bit of topsoil mixed in there with it, so that caused us a little issue, but it'll all pack down and do fine. As you can see, Millard, he's up there on the dozer just getting after it. He's filling in on that part, pushing the last little bit of dirt out. But right there's what we got so far. We got it filled in and tapered down here. As you can see, right there's a little pipe, right there, a little white dot there. That's my inspection port for my septic tank. So we got all of it, but Jeremy and my dad and Millard, they did that. Hooked up the drain line out of the house for my septic. One day while I was taking a nap, I'd work off that nap, come back, and they already had that done. So didn't get any video of that, but they done a good job on it, and I appreciate it. So yeah, got a good little bank going up to the house there, especially down on this garage end, just because the garage sticks out so far. It sticks out 12 foot 8 inches from the front of the house, so we had to go more of an angle, more of a slope on the bank. But there's what he's got left to move. Got a pile right there to move. It moved. We'll use that for backfill around the back. We've about used all we need out here on the front. He's just kind of smoothing things up now. And once we get that moved, we're going to push that around back, just so it's out of the way. It's not down here in the front in the way. And, we can use it once we get the floor trusses on to backfill the back. So, right now it's looking pretty good. We've had some pretty good rain the other day. You can see it washed a decent amount. I'm hoping to minimize that as much as possible. I may end up going and getting me some more silt barrier and putting around that front just to minimize that issue. As you can see there, he's filling in there on the walkout end, tapering it down to the door. So that's pretty much all that's been going on. Walk in here in the basement to show you my new basement floor. We got the concrete poured last week on it, and it turned out pretty nice. After all this rain, I came over just to see if I could find any puddles in it anywhere, to see how level it was. Really, there was none. There was one small puddle kind of right in that area, and that was it. Other than that, this thing is pretty daggone level and smooth. It's really smooth. So they sprayed the sealer on it after they poured it, after it hardened up on top. They sprayed the sealer on it. I guess it's supposed to look like that, with little light and dark spots in it. I'm going to wash it out one day. I'm going to get the pressure washer in here and wash it real good, and then see what it looks like after that. So yeah, they done a good job on it though. I mean, it's pretty level. They cut all my expansion joints in it, all those relief cuts, and that's supposed to keep it from cracking. However, shortly, like the next day, I came over and we had this one crack right there. Came off of that corner, and instead of going to that relief joint right there like it should have, or this one right here like it should have, it split them, and it came out to here. So is what it is. I put a little bit of stuff in it. You see how that one done like it's supposed to do. They said that it'll crack off the corners before it will anywhere. So there's my main drain going out to the septic. That's for the toilet for down here and for the sink for down here. Showed you all that in previous videos. But yeah, it looks pretty good. Getting along with it now, so I need to measure off. I'm gonna have to measure off of this wall back out here to where my basement posts go, and then mark them on the floor where they go. So I got 4 basement posts along this span through here, and then there's a basement post that breaks that span from that wall to this corner here. Should be a basement post right there. So, and then those LVLs that are laying up there are the beams that rest on those posts. So I'm sure there's a fair amount of work that goes into setting those things before we ever start setting the floor trusses. So I'm anxious to see how that's going to work out. But for now, that's what we got going on. It's hopefully I can get the camera set up whenever we start doing some framing, and just set it up stationary and just let it sit there and record maybe a time lapse or something, to just so you can watch the process of the floor trusses going down and the subfloor and all that stuff. So that's all I got for today. Keep checking back.